Now, working on a career in music and racing can be a trying time if you don't have the support of family and friends. Now, being able to balance the day-to-day business activities and spending time with the family is important. I'm Wade Hayes, and on today's show you'll see both Walker Hayes and Brad Baker are fortunate to have the support in their wives, Lainey Hayes and Holland Baker. And what about their children? Well, we think you just might see a singer and 3 race car drivers in the future.
All right, don't crash. Watch where you're going. Don't crash. Don't hit the wall. Oh no. Oh no. What happened? What happened?
I hit wall.
Oh, you hit the wall?
It's hard to balance family and racing, but you can do it to some extent by bringing the family with you to the racetrack, and that works out great if it's possible. Of course, there's times when it's not possible.
We have 3 sons, Coleman, who is 5, Mac and Mason are twins, and they're 2.5, and they all love racing. They love big trucks, they love cars, they love anything with wheels on it, and they've all 3 been that way since they've been born, pretty much.
The family has to be behind you 100% in order to make the whole thing work. And having a family that's grown up in racing, it helps a great deal.
Hopefully that they will get more sponsorship, that he can go and travel, and he can do what he's always wanted to do. And then hopefully the boys and I eventually will be able to go and be there, and you know, that would just be a really neat thing for our kids.
He doesn't try to charge the other.
Right, help him out. Help him, come on, help him go straight.
God can use Brad in this. I feel like that's the answer to our prayer.
Don't hit the wall, Mac.
Look, he hit the wall. That's why I didn't
Mac
do good.
hit the wall, that's
That's
right.
why I didn't do good, because that thing was turned off.
I feel like that if God uses Brad through this, then it will take care, and me and the boys will get to go when we would like to, or you know, whatever that we could do to help him, because I know that these drivers are gone week after week after week, and it has to be comforting to have their families be with them.
Oh, be careful. Uh-oh, let Mac do it, let Mac do it.
Putting your life in everybody else's hands, so.
Not only my family, but my wife's family, we're also big race fans growing up. So it's been great having her support all throughout my racing career.
Today we have all the people from Kleenex and Kimberly Clark. They're here just to get an idea of what we go through as drivers. They're gonna get in the car with us. We have a 2-seater here, which is, we only have 1, so there's not very many of those around. But it allows somebody else to ride along in the car with you. And we do set the car up real tight, so, you know, just to make sure we don't crash, and we take it a little bit easier, but they still get a great sense of what it feels like to be in one of these cars, you know, at 150 miles an hour here at this track. And it gives them the experience, and some of their customers can be here and experience this, as well as their employees. So it's a great opportunity for a sponsor to really get the full benefit of being a part of this team.
Hi, I'm Jason Keller, driver of the number 27 Kleenex Ford, and you're watching Music and Motors on RFD TV. Stay right there, we'll be right back.
This portion of Music and Motors is brought to you in part by your local Ford dealers and by your local genuine Ford parts and service dealer. You're watching Music and Motors.
Now, Walker Hayes' dude days are over, but the love and support of his family grows stronger every day.
Lainey and I were in a play together. I was a junior, she was a senior. The play was Little Shop of Horrors.
I'm not one who likes to get up on stage and do it. I don't come alive in front of the cameras like some others in our family do.
Our first date was a monster truck show. It was awesome. Just a great way to start out a a forever, long-lasting relationship.
But sure, I can relate. I can be that girl.
Actually, we just celebrated our 11th year and went to a monster truck show here in Nashville. Different trucks, but a good time.
I love that he works at home. I love that he's around here a lot. I hate when he's gone all day and has tons of stuff going on. I'm excited for him because, you know, he loves all the things going on. But I like for him to hang around home.
The hat, this hat is symbolic of my marriage. I purchased this hat at my bachelor party. I needed something to shield the sun when we played golf. And it's just gotten beat up. And marriage is hard, and life is hard, and it all comes together, you know. And another thing, people love this hat, love it. Huge conversation piece. I've met so many people who skip the, hey, you know, your name, where'd you get that hat? First thing to fly out of their mouth. And it just, you know, it's been a great thing. And I've actually tried new hats, and I get terrible responses. I mean, everybody, what happened to the hat? You know, they want this hat. This is hat people want. They may not, they may act like they don't want it, but when it's gone, they know how much they miss that thing. But as far as inspiration, I mean, her and the kids, I'm always getting ideas. I mean, I can't count the ideas she's just said, you know, in the car. She'll say something. Yeah, that's a song. You know, there's a song in there. Or, you know, just an experience we're having, you know, a fight and make-up situation or something. You know, I can just, there's plenty to write about. I could write songs about her and, you know, love and relationships all day from just our life.
I'll bring a jersey. The game starts at 6 and I said, dude, I got 2 kids and 1 in the oven. Working 2 jobs and I ain't making nothing. I got a sink with a drip and a wife with a chip on her shoulder. Can't adjust to my adjustable mortgage. My gloves catching dust up in storage. I'd love to go play, but dude, I'm afraid my dude days are over.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
That was perfect.
Family kiss.
She loves it. She hates to be left out.
She likes family kisses.
You want to give her another kiss?
You're watching Music and Motors.
Baby, I've been
You know what? This is a crazy town, and you never know how stuff's gonna happen, how things are gonna go, how your big break's gonna come, whether it's ever gonna come. But I got a call from Doug. He took some songs to Autumn House at Capitol Records.
I actually do a little song plugging on the side, probably like twice a year, that I just try and get out to some A&R people and whatnot, get some feedback.
Well, his co-writer, friend from home in Alabama, Doug Waterman, who's a songwriter publisher, came in to play songs for Keith Urban, and he had about 5 songs on his CD. And I think Doug is sort of new to writing, and he's got kind of a fresh, different perspective. And the songs weren't really Keith, but the last song he played was just quirky enough to pay attention to, and I thought the singer was really great. Naturally, I hear a lot of singers, and most I'm pretty familiar with.
Well, it was just another normal day at the music group where, you know, I'm pitching songs for our catalog as usual, and my cell phone rings, and I look down, and it's Autumn House. And I thought, well, okay, it's Autumn. Autumn and I have a lot of conversations where we talk about songs, and I pitch to various artists at the label. So I pick up the phone and I said, "Hey, Autumn, what's going on?" And she said, "Tell me more about Walker Hayes."
On his MySpace, it mentioned who his publisher was, who were friends of mine. I called them, and why haven't you told me who Walker Hayes is?
And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, Doug Waterman was just in here pitching songs for Keith Urban, and he played me a song. The very last song was something that Walker was doing."
She flipped out. She thinks he's incredible. She wants to meet him right away. And I didn't know how to answer that because I just started laughing because we didn't even, it happened organically. We didn't even do it. And then Walker called me.
It's not, you know, it's like I said, you always imagine how it's gonna feel, and it's almost, it hasn't hit me.
It was just like, oh my God, this guy better be as good in person as I think he is. And we went over, hung out, he played a few things. I was so like in awe of just like, you were like a gem. I mean, how have you just been, you know, walking the sidewalks of Music Row and you haven't, you know, I know he had one little foray, and it's unfortunate for him, but fortunate for Capitol that we got him.
I have to give kudos to Autumn House at Capitol Records. She heard through a lot of things that we were trying to do. We tried to do this 8 different ways just so we could get some attention because we know he has what it takes to be a great artist. She heard through it all and found the songs that Walker loves the most, that she loves the most, that's the future of country music, I think. So we're just blessed to have her on our team. It's amazing. And Mike Dungan, the president of Capitol Records, when he heard it, he agreed. He got it. He gets it.
Anyway, I came back to Mike Dungan, the president, and just jumped up and down and said, please, 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 you got to come see this kid. And Mike came down to see him, and he played a few songs, and he got it, and we offered him a record deal. So, yay.
So you never know how things turn out. The song we had just written, you know, a few nights before would be one that broke the ice.
You know, it's a crazy business because you never know what's going to happen. But when Autumn called me, it was amazing that she was asking about Walker, because they normally ask about a song that we pitched for a certain artist or something along those lines, and we just never expected that.
Such a great guy. You know, obviously you want the talent. He's got the talent. He's got a really fresh perspective, I think, on country. He's got that laid-back, sort of beachy quality to him, but it's not so out of the marketplace for us. But I don't think anyone else is doing it. You know, I think what he does is so fresh to him, and he's got so many places in his voice that are so cool, and just, you know, a really solid guy, funny and smart and great family, and it just all is like he came to us with like a big red bow on him. It was just like, okay, when's the other shoe gonna drop? There's gotta be something funky here, but so far so good, yeah.
I don't know why you love me, but I sure am glad you do.
As of now, I guess I'm just kind of
Baby, I sure am glad you do.
You're watching Music and Motors on RFD TV. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
This portion of Music and Motors is brought to you in part by your local Ford dealers and by your local genuine Ford parts and service dealer.
You're watching Music and Motors. You're watching Music and Motors.
The Jump Zone is a fun place where the Hayes and Baker families have joined together to let the small and big kids play. Holland Baker and Lainey Hayes reflect on their families and the future, while the dads play with the kids.
Walker's a really present dad. When he's home, he's on the floor playing with the kids and just really spending a lot of time with them. He's really the fun one in our family. I tell him all the time our family would be so boring if it weren't for him, and he's the exciting one, he's the crazy one. For example, last night the kids were in the bathtub and I was bathing them, and he comes upstairs and he's fully dressed and just hops in the bathtub with him in his clothes. And that's the kind of stuff he does, and it just keeps things exciting at home. And there's never really a dull moment when he's around. That's for sure.
Well, I agree. Brad is definitely the fun one of the house. And you know, you look at 4 o'clock and wait on 5 o'clock to get there. It doesn't get there soon enough. He definitely, I guess, being all boys too, they want to do what he does. And now it's all about going outside, playing baseball, and he's better at all that than I am. So he definitely he's very present. He bathes them for me. He does a whole lot. I laugh sometimes and I say, well, you're just a Mr. Mom, and he's yes, I am.
Good job, Mason. Go back. Go get him. Go get him.
And he definitely is a big kid. He still hasn't grown up.
These two are going to race each other.
I think I see your kids like running all over Brad. Maybe we ought to go.
Mark, get set, go. He's a natural born winner who doesn't like to lose. If you are out ahead, he'll be.
Once he bathes them, then we'll go back.
Off track, you laugh and joke, be everybody's friend.
Oh!
Obviously, when he got offered the record deal, we were so excited. The kids have no idea what that is or what that means, but Leela kept saying, "Happy record, Daddy, happy record, Daddy." So she just knew there was something exciting, even though she has no idea what it's about. But as far as what it means, honestly, we really don't know. We're kind of learning as we go as much as anybody else. We're kind of just taking it as it comes. I am nervous thinking about the future and the fact that inevitably he's going to be traveling a lot. I don't really know what that means yet, I guess, honestly. I'm hoping that we'll be able to go with him. We've always said that if it comes to this and he's traveling a lot, that we don't know how we would make it work, but somehow we would find a way that the kids and I could go with him, just because we want to be together. We want to just make that work. I think it would be hard to continue a really close relationship if we never see each other. So we're going to try to make that work, but again, we don't know what kind of obstacles will come up, and we don't know the realities of it. We just kind of know in theory what's going on right now, but we're so excited. I know he'll do a radio tour, and we would not join him for that. We're used to him working at home all the time and being at home a whole lot. So that's going to be an adjustment, but we'll figure it out as we go, I guess.
Crank it up and turn it loose.
And I've always dreamed, I've wanted to always go to driving school. When Brad called the other day to tell me about it, I was just thrilled. Well, it definitely was a ride of your life for me. I mean, it worked out where I could bring the kids. And Coleman is more timid. I mean, he loves it and is excited about it, but he was a little bit more timid and standoffish. Mason was thrilled, excited. Mac was thrilled, excited. The noise, I think, bothered Coleman and Mac more. But I had no idea that it was that hot in the race car. And I have way more respect for Brad in the sense that he is definitely a strong person to do that. I had no idea.
There's Daddy. Daddy.
Hi, Coleman. Hey, buddy. Pretty cool, huh? Mommy's gonna ride with me. How about that?
I did not know that the cars went, that close to the wall. I had seen it on TV, but it was kind of like a roller coaster that just never went back down. You're just waiting on it to stop. But it was awesome, and I'm thrilled that we got the opportunity to do that. And I think for Mac and Mason and Coleman, I was thrilled that they got to see that too, and they love seeing Gigi's GT out there on the track too. That was pretty cool.
I promise I will keep the speedometer below 130. Is that a deal?
Crank it up and turn it loose and don't look back. Oh. Well, look at that. They'll just won another race.
Now, everything has to work just right in balancing a career and family. And it looks like Walker and Brad have what it takes to enjoy both when they finally realize their dream. I'm Wade Hayes. I hope to see you right here next week on Music and Motors.
Gentlemen, start.
Something was biting me on the arm.
Action. Stop itching.
All right, I'm going to have you do one thing. Okay.
Take that one.
You know, I am a semi-professional. This is my 4th show.
No, I was talking about the riding.
Oh, I see. Let's see how it goes. We see how it goes.